Hello everyone, good morning. Okay, so in the last session, we have started with this module, test design and test execution. So what we have seen so far, like how we can design the test cases based on requirement, even how to prepare scenarios, right? So there is a basic concept is what, like whenever you have a requirement from the customer, not only requirement, but we can also follow the plan document and we can prepare test scenario first. After test scenario, we can prepare test cases. So yesterday we have covered this part, like what is the design process, how we can prepare scenarios, how we can prepare test cases, and the best practices to write a test cases. This is we have covered. Today, I will be starting with first RTM and execution process. And then same demo I will be showing you with the help of TestRail tool. Okay. TestRail is a complete test case management tool, and we need to understand the whole process, how we can prepare a test cases as well as how we can execute a test cases using TestRail. And for that reason, these both concepts are important to know, like how the process goes on manually and how the process we do with the help of any tool. So here we have completed this part, like different scenarios, how to prepare as per the given requirement, what is the template of test case, okay, who can review the test case, and these are the best practices that we can follow to prepare a good test case. Even today the topic is what is RTM. It's very general topic and very important and easy topic too. RTM is again a document, guys, requirement traceability matrix. Generally this document is applicable for a complete development cycle. So it's not like that only as a tester we can design and develop this RTM. No, not at all. Basically, requirement, based on the requirement, everybody they can start their work. So basically, design team they can start their work, development team they can start their work, and even testing team they need to again complete the testing process by following the same key points requirement. So this is a key document, correct now? But every team member, they prepare their own RTM. To remember this part, every team member, they prepare their own RTM. Means it's not like that requirement traceability matrix is only for a tester. Everybody need to understand is they have completed all the given requirement of the customer. Are you getting my point? And for that reason, this document get prepared. So consider example, in requirement, there are three requirements are given by the customer. Okay. But every team need to check that whether these three requirements they have implemented in their work. Example, whenever architecture will ready, again design team will check that all three requirements are implemented in the software architecture. Whenever developer team develop the code, they will also check that whether all three requirements actually implemented in the form of code. Similarly, as a tester, what's your role? See, you are responsible to prepare the test cases. So while writing test cases, you need to make sure that all the three requirements you have completed in the test case writing process. So basically, RTM is important to achieve coverage. You need to understand how much we have actually covered from the given set of requirement. Or is it 100% coverage achieve or not? That you can make sure that with the help of RTM. So RTM is not only for a testing field, but RTM is for complete development cycle, right? So guys, whenever requirement traceability matrix, it is actually available in two different ways. Whenever requirements get mapped with the particular test cases with respect to testing, when we talk, then requirement we need to map with the help of test cases and the vice versa. Then that particular template is called RTM. Okay. Example, let's say, again, I'm taking the same example. I'm having three requirements to complete. So what I have to do, I have to map my requirement with my test cases. Consider I have prepared total test cases, which are 10. Okay. Suppose I have prepared total test cases, which are 10. Now I need to map all three requirement with these test cases. So suppose, let's say test case number 1, test case number 2, even test case number 3 and the 4 I have prepared for requirement number 1. Then I notice that test case number 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 and 10. All test cases I have prepared for requirement number 2. So what is the benefit of RTM? You have prepared only 10 test cases, and then we get to know that with the help of 10 test cases, we have only achieved 2 requirements only. So one requirement is still left, right? We need to complete our testing part for this third requirement too. So immediately we can go back, we can add some more test cases, and those test case numbers you can again define here. So first important point is what? When you have a requirement traceability matrix, you guys are able to track the entire test cases, whether we have completed, whether we have covered the given set of requirement. That's the first benefit. Tomorrow, if you have a RTM, now see the another benefit. If you have a RTM, first point, we get to know that if anything is missed, you can directly achieve it by creating some new test cases. What is another benefit? Suppose we have completed execution. Okay. So once you complete execution, you will get certain defect. So many of the test cases get pass and fail, right? So as per the failed test cases, we can mention that, okay, we found a defect. Suppose my test case number 8 got fail. Okay. So because of that failed test case, we can easily track that in which requirement we found the defect. Are you getting my point? So it will help you to track the defect too. You guys are able to track the defect. You guys are able to achieve coverage. Okay. If anything is missed, you are able to immediately achieve that. So based on the failed test case, we can immediately track we got the defect in which requirement. And this is what another benefit. Let's understand one more benefit. What if tomorrow, if customer wants to update something? Now your customer says that, okay, I want to update requirement number 1. So whatever requirement number 1 is given, we have already prepared certain test cases for the same. Guys, as soon as there is a update in requirement number 1, because of RTM, you will able to understand in which test cases you need to make some changes. Are you getting my point? So if requirement number 1 will update, definitely you need to update test case number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So all 4 test cases I need to update. So this tracking, it's all about possible if you have proper RTM with you. Are you getting my point? So what is RTM? It just requirement traceability matrix. In a simple word, it is a mapping of requirement and your test cases. This is called RTM, requirement traceability matrix. So basically, when you complete your test case writing, you are responsible to prepare RTM also. And what the document we need to prepare as a RTM. Okay, that is what we are going to learn today. Even the traceability can be in two ways. Okay, we have somewhere which is called forward traceability. We have something which is called backward traceability. Or in some templates, we can follow bi-directional traceability also. Remember. So what is this forward, backward, and the bi-directional? Let's understand that part. But very first, what is RTM? So in software development project, requirement traceability matrix, it is just a document which is used to validate all the requirements are linked to the test cases. So this is respect to testing, guys, correct? But RTM prepared for everybody by the every team. And this helps to ensure that whether all requirements will be covered in testing phase or not. Requirement traceability matrix is usually in a tabular format, which hold multiple relationship between requirement and the test case. So how many different relationship it can hold? Guys, simple. One to many, right? There may be possibility we have one requirement, many test cases. Even many to many. Possible, yes. We have many to one, possible, yes, absolutely. So these are what different relationship between requirement and the test cases. And this is the again important point. RTM can extend to map requirement to all deliverable of SDLC, not only test case. As I mentioned, we don't prepare RTM only for test cases, but RTM actually get prepared in complete life cycle by the respective team members for their respective deliverable. Deliverable means what? It's all about the document generated by that phase. So are you clear with the point? But what is the benefit of RTM and how many types? As I mentioned, there are three types: forward, backward, and bi-direction. Guys, it's very simple. It is just a document format. So what is forward means? This document is used to map requirement to the test case, and this will help you to ensure that your project is moving in a right direction. So forward means we prepare a document where we mention requirement first and then we start writing our test case number for those requirements. This direction is called forward direction. And it will also help you to ensure that all requirement is actually thoroughly tested. Okay, so this is just used for the coverage again. What is the backward traceability? See, when you map test case with the requirement, means initially the column will be test case and then we design requirement column. This is what the template called backward. So we are mapping requirement to the test case, that's the backward. We are mapping test case with the requirement, that is the forward. So here we are mapping our test cases with the requirement, and you will create or you will creating a backward traceability matrix, and this will help you to making sure that you are not expanding the scope of the project by adding some new feature functionality which is not a part of your original requirement. So everything as per the given requirement only. Correct? So whenever you are mapping requirement to test case, that's the forward. Whenever you are mapping test case to the requirement, that is called backward traceability. So we need to make sure that we are not adding anything extra, right? Everything as per the requirement only. What is bidirectional then? Bidirectional means in one template only, we are mapped both things. Like we have requirement test case and test case with the requirement too. So whenever you are mapping requirement to test case for a forward, and whenever you are mapping test case to requirement, that's the backward traceability in a one single document, then it is called bidirectional traceability matrix. This is what you need to understand. So this document will help you to ensure that what all the specified requirements have corresponding test cases and vice versa. So basically, in one single template, we provide or we prepare bi-directional traceability. So again, which type of RTM to be followed? It depends on their purpose. Okay, companies have their own documentation, own reporting strategy, own reporting format. You just need to complete your work. So as soon as you will get requirement, prepare test cases. Once your test case writing process is completed, you can go for this RTM preparation. So main purpose of RTM is what? Is to simple check coverage of requirement. See guys, to use requirement traceability matrix, you need to be aware about which test cases are linked to which requirement and which bug report are related to which test case eventually to which requirement. So basically for tracking purpose, RTM is important. So RTM is to be prepared to check coverage of the requirement. See the advantages. Because of RTM, you will understand 100% test coverage. It allows to identify missing functionality easily. If any requirement is missed, you can again prepare it. It allows to identify test case which need to be updated in case of change in requirement. As I mentioned, if there is anything change, immediately you can update in the test cases too. Again, it is easy to track overall test execution status also. So tomorrow when we execute the test cases, you found a defect. Then based on the defect, you can track which test case got failed and even which requirement we found a bug. This is how the process goes on for RTM. So RTM is a requirement traceability matrix and it is a document. So guys, yesterday we have created certain test cases, right? Total 12 test cases we have designed yesterday. And now it is time to understand how we can prepare RTM for the same. So let me show you a basic document for the RTM. This is a basic document for the RTM. Let me add certain lines. Just a minute. And I'm just increasing the size little bit so that you will understand. Okay. So currently what you need to mention in RTM guys, there should be a requirement ID. Usually what happen? Whenever you will get a requirements, there will be the requirement ID will be there in the document. So you can follow the same requirement ID. Then you will be having requirement description to be right. Okay, what requirement it is. Then you can define your test case ID for the same requirement. and for what objective you have designed the test case, that you can mention. Once execution completed, you can put the execution status and defect status too. Okay. So in current our project, it's a very demo and basic project. So we don't have any requirement ID overall, correct? But I will be just writing here something, a basic format. Let's say you can write this way. Let's say REQ underscore 01, something like this, requirement one. I'll do one thing, I'll increase the font. Okay, see, requirement one. Okay, what is the description for this requirement? So currently let's consider we don't have a specific description, right? But we have a module wise, the test cases and the scenario. So I will be writing very first. Let's talk about login page, correct? For login page, how many test cases you have actually created? So we can say it's a home page or it's a login page. Now, if you observe our test case document, so almost starting from test case number one, where we have tested URL, then we have tested UI test, functional test. And here, I think test case number 7, test case number 8, okay, till 7. All the 7 test cases we have prepared for the login, correct? Now let's take a first one. So either you can write once at a time, all the 7 test cases, but I'll do what? I'll just take the objective and I'll just define the test case count independently, separate. So here I'm writing test case number 01, which is prepared for login. And this is what the object. So let me go back and let me copy this. So currently this is the objective, which I need to update here in the objective. Now guys, just focus. Let me wrap the text. See, this is the test case number 1, which I have prepared for this. Now which test case I have prepared? Test case number 2. And what is that test case number 2? Let me take that particular objective. And then I will be writing here. This is how you are preparing your RTM. Are you getting my point? This is how we are preparing our RTM document, requirement traceability matrix. Now test case number 3. That is also designed for the same, correct? So what is that test case number 3? Let me take that again from my document. So I have written this test case. So let me again select. Let me just select all, copy. I will come back to RTM and here I will paste it. Okay, this is what for login panel. And then test case number 4. So test case number 4, then 5, then 6 and 7, right? 7 test cases we have prepared. And then we just need to copy paste their objective. So for next test case, this is the objective. Let me select and let me add it here. So what is this? We are just doing mapping. Okay, we are just doing mapping for which requirement, which test case we have designed. And this is how you can see the result. Let me copy objective for test case number 5 too. Let me show you so that you will understand practically how you need to do, right? Then again test case number 6. So tomorrow if any changes occur, right, it is very easy to track and it is very easy to update too. So this is my test case number 6. Let me scroll down. Objective for 6. Now again, let me add objective for last test case. Okay, done. And this is how you will prepare for login all the mapping. So this is what for requirement number 1, whatever the login module it is, for that I have prepared total 7 test cases. Similarly, I can mention for requirement number 2. So requirement underscore 2. So this was inventory, correct now? Our second module, inventory. So as per that again we can mention. So I think test case number 8 to 12 I have prepared for inventory, right? All these 4 to 5 test cases I have just prepared for the inventory module. And here you can see that. So very first I have verified the login functionality, I mean for menu functionality. So let me quickly update this RTM2 so that it will be very easy to understand the process. Then I'm going to select test case number 9. Let me update. Then I will be selecting test case number 10. Let me update. And next to remaining, let me take, this is again objective for test case number 11. And then I will prepare objective for test case number 12. Done. And this is how you need to write, correct? Now see, this is each and every test case we have mapped with our requirement. Simple. So this is how we have to design RTM process. Okay. So in every organization, they have their own template to follow, but this is what the sample concept to understand, or sample template I have designed to understand the requirement traceability matrix. Okay. So very first, see, so far we haven't execute anything, but this is how you can write, correct? The basic mapping of requirement and the test case. And after execution, you can update that status too. But now it is very much important how we can start execution, guys. So whenever test cases are ready, RTM is also ready, review is also completed. So now it is a good time, right, to continue with the test case execution. But how the process will goes on? Again, before test case execution, what is important? We need to make sure that execution environment is ready or not. So guys, next process, we need to understand how we start execution. So see this point, test execution, a phase that focuses on running a set of test cases against the target software. Correct now? So here, whatever you have prepared so far, right from the requirement till the application get developed, we need to execute those test cases by applying onto that software. And we need to make sure that, okay, which test case is passed or which test case is getting failed. Basically, it is a kind of dynamic testing, correct? Where application is actually used or executed to find the defect. So what is the main objective of this phase? Definitely identify the defect and assess the application quality. But how the execution process goes on? See, you need to just first of all complete your test case writing. Based on the test case, once that writing is completed, we can verify whether environment is ready for execution. Then if environment is ready, we can select the test cases as per the priority. Guys, this is important. You will get, let's say you have prepared 100 test cases, but out of 100, you need to define the priority. Okay. Which test cases will be covering first? So as per the priority, somewhere we have certain dependency too, right? Some logical dependency, some functional dependency that we need to follow. And based on that, you will select the test cases for execution. Then finally, you will execute the test case and record the result. And those results, like those test cases, you will get a fail. For them, you can prepare defect report. And then you have to track it till the closure. This is what the process we do in test execution. So it's a complete cycle. Okay, we need to again track it means whenever defect get fixed, again we do execution for the test case, whether it is properly fixed or not. If it is not, again we have to complete the whole process. Again we are asking to the developer. So basically after this, defect life cycle get begin. Okay, defect life cycle actually begin. But this is how you need to understand the execution. The first step, we need to make sure that environment is ready. Correct? So when to start execution? Entry criteria is what? Readiness of the testing environment. Like hardware, software, database, tool, test data, everything should be ready. Assess the test environment available. Check that whether every setup, whatever you need, it is ready. Availability of approved test cases and the test data. Yes, you should be ready with your test case and the data. And the period level of testing is completed satisfactory. So whatever previous level it is, that is also completed satisfactory. Then you can continue with the execution. And once you get the receipt of build, the build will be provided by the developer. See, only test case writing is not enough. We need software also. So where you can implement the test case and where you can check the result. But this software in the form of executable file, that's nothing but build. You will get it from the developer side. So what is build? See the definition. Build is an executable set of code file for the software application handed over to the testing tester team to test the develop functionality. Try to understand. The developer never share you complete code of the software. What they do, they simple that bundle of code they implement in the form of executable file, and that file you'll be getting for a testing purpose. So somewhere if it is a web application, you'll be getting some kind of var file, or you'll be getting some kind of, we can say, URL, and on the URL you can continue your testing process. This is how the execution start. Okay. Now, when we talk here, how we can start execution for our test cases. So this is my test case design, but in this template, I'm showing you how we can start execution. Now, guys, what you need to do is in the same template, now it is time to update actual result and the status. So you need to test entire functionality and you need to update your actual result and the status. Let me explain how we can start execution. Test case number one, you need to first of all read. See, sometimes what happen in the organization, you might testing whatever test cases you have prepared, or there is a possibility somebody else have prepared certain test cases and you are executing the same. So that's the reason test case must be self-standing, self, or we can say explanation and the proper, the independency should be there, so that everybody should easily understand that particular language, whatever you have prepared. So guys, suppose I'm an executor and this test case prepared somebody else. Then how we can start the execution? We need to start with the ID. Okay, this is ID number one. I can refer scenario also. Okay, this is a smoke test case. What is written by the tester? Verify user is able to access application homepage using valid URL. Okay. What is a prerequisite? Browser must be open, test data must be available. So first step, you need to open your browser. Okay, which is open, correct? Now I can do what? See the next step. Enter valid URL. Okay, this is the URL which we need to enter. So at this moment, if you focus, okay, if I just click here, it is automatically redirecting to that page. So I don't need this, I need a URL. So I'll copy. Okay, for now I'm just copying that. And here, okay, just a minute. Okay, so now you can copy this, come back to the URL and you need to paste it here, right? So enter URL. What we have written in the test case, yes, URL should be displayed. So it is happening, right? Now we need to do one more step, press enter key and check that application homepage is open or not. So let's go back and let's do enter. And now you can see application homepage is open. So every step, whatever written by the tester, you need to follow the same. And then you need to update your result. So here I will be writing URL is displayed, right? Status is what? Definitely pass. Same. Application homepage also open. So let me write homepage, homepage open. That's it. And pass. Whenever everything matches, means expected actual result match, we can make the status as a pass. Now the all steps. In the one test case, there might be multiple steps. If all the multiple steps are getting passed, final status you can update by merging it as a pass. Okay, so I'm just writing, okay, fine, this is a pass. And even we can follow some color combination, guys. Whenever any test case get passed, you can just change the color to green. Status you can update as a green color. Got it? This is how the execution we can follow. Now let's start writing or executing the second test case. Test case number two, verify user should not be able to access home page with invalid URL. And this is how I have mentioned some invalid URL. So let me just do copy paste and let me close this file. Now, what the step I need to do? Browser need to be open. So let me open a browser, another tab. Here, the step remains same. We need to enter this. And what we have written for invalid, let's check that. So URL should be displayed. But whenever user press the enter key, application homepage should not be accessible. And user should get certain or some kind of suggestion. So let's see what exactly happening when I do enter. Here, if I do enter, say I'm getting something here. Okay, so at this moment, my the complete, the antivirus is blocking this because this is not a valid URL. So in that case, what I will do, I will just write as it is, we are not able to open the home page by passing this URL. So basically, first step is right, URL is displayed. Okay, URL is displayed. Let me write properly. And I will say it is also pass. Second step is also what? Home page. Home page. Home page is not accessible. Correct? And then I will say it is also pass. So by default, again, two steps, both are pass. So I can merge it and I can simple write here a same color combination. And this is the status of second test case, which is a pass. Similarly, we can start with third. Okay, this is a very simple UI. So for this, what is the test case objective? Verify login panel of SwagLab application. SwagLab homepage must be open, UI element must be or should be editable. And what is the step? Observe the home page. And login panel should be displayed with two text boxes, even respectively the name, username and password, and one button. That's a login button. And it should be in the editable on that page. So let's go for the home page of the original application. And you can see here we can able to observe that both the username password field as editable and there are two text boxes, one button as per our expectation. So I can write, yes, UI. Uh, okay, let me write login panel UI is same as expected. Okay, this is how you can write. And then we can make it again pass. And now this step, which is completely pass, I will again highlight with the color. And this is what the status. Correct? Now let's go for the next. This is where testing login functionality, where we need to pass both valid username, valid password. So very first home page must be open, which is already open. Now we need to follow the step. Enter valid username. This is a valid username. This is a password, right? And then we are expecting what? We should click on the button and user should be able to log in and navigate to the inventory page. So what I'll do, let's test it. Here we need to follow standard user. Here we need to follow secret sauce as a password. And if I click on login, see I'm able to navigate to inventory page and even I'm able to successfully log in. So first of all, write step by step. Okay, so here can I write in the short same as expected? Yes, same as expected. Even here also it happens same as expected. And then I will be writing user is user is able to log in and navigated to inventory page. Correct? This is how you can write your entire process. I mean execution report. Clear? I mean your actual report. Now tell me, all three steps are passed now. So let me merge it first. And then I will be writing here, pass status. And then this complete block, again, we can highlight with the green color as status is pass. And then I can save the test case. So basically execution you will do this way. Are you getting my point? Now see the second. What I have mentioned, application must be open. Home page must be open. So again, we have to go back. We need to make sure that we need to do the logout and then home page must be open again. Okay, great. Start with the same. You need to pass username and you need to pass a valid username but invalid password. So I will copy this and then we need to check that whether we are able to see this message in a red color. So let's go back and let's try the same. So here I'm using username which is a standard user but password which is a wrong password. Let's hit enter and see I am getting what? Same a message in the red color. Clear? So I'm just getting that do not match any user in this service and you can check the message too. Do not match any user in this service. So I will just say again same as expected. This step is same as expected. This is also and here I can write user is not able to log in and error message. Okay, user gets error message as per expectation. Okay, that's it. And then again all these three steps are pass. Correct? So I'm just writing in one shot. Let's say this is a pass and then we can again make it highlight. And yes, this is what a next test case which is also pass. So for every step or every test case, you need to do this execution this way only. Correct? Now see the point. Validate login functionality for a blank username and the password, valid password. So let's try this one now. This is my password, right? So first of all, you need to keep username field blank and then you need to check for this message. Username is required. This kind of message you will get or not. So let's go back. Now at this moment, I'm just changing the username, which I need to keep as a blank. But here I will be writing what? Certain password. And then if I click on login, see I'm getting epic sad face username is required. So if you keep any field blank, again as per the expectation, it is working. So let me write same as expected, correct? Same as expected. Here also same as expected. And here I will write user got message or error message occur. You can directly write error message occur as per expectation. Okay, as per expectation. And now all these three steps again pass. So let me complete the process. Fine. Again, we can highlight that all three steps are passed and I will just highlight the same. Now let's see. I'll show you the fail also. Kindly follow the session first. Okay. Now again, what we need to test? We need to test that last test case, keep password blank and then check that this message is coming or not. Usually if you observe at this moment, I will enter standard user, but here I'm making password blank. And if I click on login, I'm getting what? Password is required. So again, this is also working as per our expectation. So same as expected, here also same as expected. And here also error message, error occur, error occur as per expectation, right? This is how we can make it all three steps again pass. So let me write, this is pass because everything is happening as per the expectation. Then only it is pass. To remember the process, everybody. Okay, if everything is happening as per the expectation, then we can make it pass. So let me update properly. Okay, here we can see the test case is pass as per the step. Now what is next? Next is, suppose if you are validating the inventory page. So what is happening? We have written here, user should be logged in into application and inventory page should be open. So very first you need to do what? You need to log in into application. So let me follow the same username and password. So currently my inventory page is open. Now what is the next step to do? Click on the menu option. On clicking, you should able to see this list. Okay, let's try. When I click on the menu, here I can see all the options are available. Okay, so very first, this step is passed. So I will be writing same as expected. And I will directly make the first test case, which is a pass. Okay, now please focus properly. Again, I'm updating the status. This is I'm testing inventory page. Again, same page should be open. Menu slide bar should be open. So currently we are in the same state. Menu slide bar is already open. Now what we need to do? Next, click on all item and all product, okay, should be reloaded in the inventory. Let's have a look. If I click on all item, what is happening? Are you able to see pages refreshing or all product is simply opening? Nothing. What is happen here? What we are expecting? The all product should be loaded in the page. But see, when I click, I'm not able to click even. The link is completely not working, guys. That's the problem. Correct? Here you can see all item is not working. I'm constantly clicking on it, but it is not working at all. So can I just write that this is what which is not matching with our expectation? Can I write here link, okay, or all items, which all items, okay, I will be writing in a very simple manner. All items link is not working, right? So here I can make my test fail. Are you getting my point? Whenever any test case is fail, maintain with different color and which is actually we do in the form of red color. So I will be writing here now red color. And this is my failure test case. I found first defect in my application. What is second? Let's check that. Click on about and it should navigate to official website. Let's try the same. Click on about and see this link is working. We are navigating to official page of the source lab. Yes. Come back. And here I can write yes. Uh, on clicking, okay, on clicking, page is navigating to official website. So here I will make it pass. Okay, here we don't have a defect. Why? Because it is working as per the expectation. So I will just maintain the color as again a green color and I will make it pass. Okay, let's try with next. Reset tab or log out. Okay. So on clicking, user should be able to log out and navigate to home page, which we have already seen. Okay, it is actually happened, right? So previously we have seen that when you click on the logout, it is working. So let me write same as expected, or you can just write user is able to log out. So I'm making it directly pass because this step is also working, which we have already seen. Let's try for next. Click on reset app state and on clicking it should refresh and it's set to the original state. Application set to the original state. So let me try the same. But for prerequisite is what? Everybody focus. Prerequisite is what? Menu slide bar should be open. So let me open first. Then I go for what? Reset app state. Click and see. This is also not working. So here I found a second defect. Okay. I will write directly reset app state is not working. That's it. And here I found another defect, which is fail. My test result is what? It is a fail. So everybody, how you will able to identify the defect? Is this clear? You need to write your test case as per the expectation. And if something which not match in your requirement, I mean in your application, as per the requirement, then you can make it fail. So out of 12, I found 2 defects. Are you getting my point? Out of 12 test cases, I found 2 defects so far. And this is how we need to update again in our test case. So which test got failed? Let's see. Test case number 12. And I think this is our test case number 9. Okay, so I will update here in the RTM2 that I found a defect in test case number 9. Okay, the execution status is failed. And here also execution status is failed. Rest of the execution status is what? It is a pass. Are you getting my point? So this is how you can update your execution status, execution report in RTM also. So let me update. All the rest of the test cases got pass. Clear and done. And you can save your RTM too. So I will be writing here that Swag Lab test cases. This is a execution. Okay, so that you will understand. This is how the execution we have completed. And this is how the RTM process also we have completed. Now guys, finally what you can do, you can prepare execution report. So I will update it. This is execution report. Now see the basic template of the report. Usually you need to mention that your project name, currently which project we are testing, let's say Swag Labs, right? Then how many tests are passed, how many fail, how many total executed, the total 12 executed. How many pass? All 10 are pass. How many fail? 2 got fail. Correct? We are writing this way. Pending in progress block, there is nothing. Total, we have total 12 only. Then you can mention here as well. Okay, we have a project module, that's a login. For login, how much total test cases we have prepared? Now we have to check that. So I can directly follow RTM2. Here we can get to know that, right? Total test for login 7. So I will mention here. Total test for login 7. Executed 7. Total pass all 7. Failed test case 0. Right? Block test case, there is no block test case. Executed by, so you can write your name. And test manager approval, you can pass that manager name too. That's it. This is how. Okay. Suppose I'm writing for second. Second, I have prepared for what? Inventory. So let me update inventory, right? And inventory, how much total test cases we have prepared. Now see, if I go to the RTM, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, total 5 test cases we have prepared. So I'll be writing, okay, fine, 5 test cases, executed all 5. How many pass? I guess 3. And yes, we found 2 defects. Correct now? This is how you need to update your report. And here I'm again defining my name. That's it. So this is how you can complete your execution report too. To see the different document. As a tester, you are responsible to prepare scenario writing, test case writing. Based on the test case, you can complete your execution too, where you can update a status for every test case pass, fail. Prepare RTM, right, where we can map requirement with the test case. And finally, you can prepare your execution report also. This is how you need to follow the complete manual testing process. And then this report, again, there is a one more interesting report that we need to follow, and that's called defect report. But this point, okay, how to prepare any defect report, that we will understood, or that I will be covering in the next module. Okay. So there is a one more report which is very special, that's called defect report. But how to prepare and what to write, that we will see in the next module. So basically, this is all about the execution. Now in ISTQB, you will get this kind of question, right? They will simple share you one table and they will ask you what is, based on the dependency and based on the priority, decide the execution schedule. Which test case you'll be executing first. So how to focus here, guys? How to decide which test case to execute first? Very first, you need to concentrate on the priority, then check for logical and technical dependency. If you start with test case number 1, which you can see, it is a high priority. There are how many high priority test cases available? Only 2. So either we can start with test case number 1 or test case number 3. But just focus. Which technical dependency is there for both the test cases? That is 4. That means in the option. Option should start with definitely test case number 4 first, then either 3 or then either 1. So we found 2 different scenarios. Either it will be 4, it will be 3, or it will be 1. Or test case 4 will start, then 1 will start, or then 3 will start. So you need to understand the dependency first. Correct? Now what is next? Whenever all these test cases completed, then we need to go for what? Medium level. Test case 4 is medium, but which we have already completed. But there is a one more medium, test case number 6. But test case number 6 is depend on test case number 5. So we have to first execute test case number 5. But you can check. Test case number 5 is also depend on test case number 2. That means how could be the sequence? Very first you need to run 2, then you need to run 5, and then you need to run 6 as per the dependency. So let's apply the same. Test case number 2, then 5, and then 6. Or here, test case number 2, then 5, and then 6. And then compare which option matches. Here you can see this is the wrong option because it is starting with 1. So either from B, C, D, one option is correct. Now check your answer. Test case number 431, 413, which is absolutely correct. But here you can see 4 to 5. This is wrong. Now we have 2 only choices to select our correct answer. Now decide as per the given output or as per the schedule, what option actually match, which option actually match. So here you can see, I can see B is matching, right? Because 431, then 256. In C option, 562 is given. But no, 6 is depend on 5, 5 is depend on 2. So very first we need to cover 2. So correct option here is what? Option B. Are you getting my point? And this is how we can complete execution, or this is a very special example which you will get in ISTQB, and this is how you can solve the same. So basically, we have completed this module. Theoretical concept we have completed, like what is scenario, what is test case, what is execution phase, and how we can simple prepare RTM and the test case template. What is script? So whenever all the procedure we convert in the form of code, then it becomes script. And this is a part of automation. We'll be actually understanding in automation how to design our script. So everybody, point is clear. Okay, this is how you need to understand. But as I told you, whatever we have learned so far, it's a theoretical part. Now I would like to show you one a very interesting tool, which name is, okay, TestRail. So guys, let me start with the TestRail practical, like how we can do, how you can log in. So follow the step. It's very simple. It's an online tool, and for 14 days it is completely free. So you can just create your account and you can use it for 14 days. After 14 days, if you want to really practice it again, you can continue with the same. So at this moment, suppose if I just open the Google, here you can say write for TestRail, just write on Google TestRail, and you can find out official website testrail.com. This is the official website. Okay, go to that. So initially you can see this is a test rail. Test rail is what? It is a transform for your testing into a centralized scalable process with quality OS by the test rail. So they have their own platform too, but now you can see we are understanding, we are using it for creation of the test cases, right? So what you can do, just go for this option, try test rail. And very much important, before this try, let me show you one more thing. If you go to the resource no, there you can find out documentation. Let's understand what is TestRail first. Yeah, getting started. So here you can see the first point. TestRail is a web-based test case management tool. Guys, it is used by QA engineer, developer, and the team lead to manage, track, and organize software testing effort. So TestRail allow the team member to design test cases, organize into suite, execute test run, and track their result also, all from a modern and easy to use a web interface. So basically they have mentioned that how you can manage your test cases suite. If you get the chance, go and check the all process and see this is what the, the main dashboard you will get once you log in. So they have mentioned in which section you will create your test case. See how it is, how you can run. After execution, you will be able to see the result also, right? So this is the process they have already given. So let's start. How we can log in into TestRail? What is the step for that? So let me help. What you can do when you reach to the official website, go for this try TestRail. And there they are asking you some detail, right? Enter your detail. So I'm writing my detail. Currently, I'm writing the name, company name. Here I'm writing my company name. It's a base IT Tech. And then country and some mobile number, other detail you need to fill up. After this, how many users do you expect to access TestRail? Currently, I'm only one user. I don't want a complete team to be formed because it is just a demo we are learning, correct? So just keep it one here. And then here you can define what? Here you can define a web address. So currently, guys, I'm writing automation, right? Automation. This is March 24. This is a particular web address I'm writing. Okay. Once you write the web address, after that, accept the agreement. So guys, one more time I'm showing you step. I have just fill up the form basically, right? And here I'm writing the web address. You can write any URL, whatever name you want, you can write. I'm just writing automation March 24. And here I will create my account. So when you click on create account, okay, whatever email ID you have mentioned, there you will get, see, you will get a confirmation email on the email ID. So let me confirm it from my email ID. So basically I will get the email. Just a minute. Let me do confirm it. And when we confirm it, after that, it will automatically redirect to TestRail account. Now you can see after my confirmation, now it is simply redirecting and creating my account on TestRail. So it's very simple, guys. Process remain very, very simple. Kindly wait, let this ready first. So once your account is ready, it will redirect to home page of a TestRail. And now you can see I got the dashboard. Easy. So it's very simple. It's not any kind of installation, nothing. Okay. Now here it is asking for more information. Either you can directly skip, doesn't matter. You can directly skip this process. Okay. And this is your main dashboard. Okay. So it is asking for create an example project or start from scratch. I will be doing from scratch. So you can see you are getting the guidance from the TestRail tool. Okay. How to start. So absolutely. If there is a no project in your dashboard, first of all, you have to create a project. Steps are very simple. In TestRail, it is a test case management. So we are going to understand how to create a project, how to create different suites. I mean, like a inventory page, like a login page, right? For every feature, we can create a separate test suite and we can maintain different number of test cases in that. We can execute. And finally, the very beautiful feature is what? Whenever you are working with any tool, you will get ready-made reporting too. So we will see that ready-made reports too. So guys, please have a look. Whenever you are working with a tool, what is the process? See, initially it is asking me add a project. Absolutely click on this, add a project, and you can give a project name. So I'm writing automation, right? Automation 24. Let me write 24. And this is what? Swag Labs project. Fine. Here I will make some announcement. Let me write this is e-commerce domain application. That's it. So whatever information you want, you can write. For now, I'm just writing the basic because anyways, project creation, role creation, it's not your responsibility. But this is how we start, correct? Then guys, I will say that, okay, show this announcement on the overview page. And now you can see it is asking you what type of project you want to create. So inside a project, you will get certain repository. Repository means what? It's a storage area, correct? So by default, they're asking you to use single repository for all the test cases. So like a one suite where you can maintain every test cases. This is the second option, which is actually applicable for baseline support. Like use a single repository again, and where we can maintain some baseline support. But then, if as per the suite you want to design, you can follow this one. Okay, so I'm going to follow this one. Use multiple test suite to manage test cases. Okay, so project structure, I will be selecting third one. And then you will have only one option here. Enable test case approval. If you want, you can check that checkbox. But for now, I'm just creating my project. Okay. Even you want approval, you can select that and just create a project and see this. So our first project is ready. Automation 24 Swag Lab, which is ready. By default, you are getting this information, right? As a tester, we are not responsible to create a project. You will get everything from the management. You'll be getting your login credentials. You will just log in into TestRail and you will complete your process. But here, try to understand from the beginning. The very first project is ready. Now, what is next? If you want, you can set up some milestone also. Milestone is like, okay, sprint wise target you can set up. So it's up to you. Example, I'm just adding one milestone. Let me add. So milestone is what? Let's say this is my sprint one. Okay. And reference is what? SRS. There is no parent. Let me define description. This is sprint one for Swag Lab application. Okay. And then what exactly I'm going to do is, if you want to set up start date, end date, that also you can do. Let me set today's date as a start date, and suppose I'm selecting tomorrow as a end date. And this milestone is completed. Okay. Test and test cases can only be assigned to achieve milestone. Okay. So currently it is not completed. So I will just say add milestone. Right. So one milestone is added. Now in this case, what we need to do? Okay, no active milestone in this project. Currently it is just what we have added. We have to start. But when we start this milestone, right? Let me start, suppose, because I'm going to start it now. So, okay, see, now it is activated. But now when the milestone is ready, what you can do, guys, this is the section, see, overview section where you can create a project, right? To do means something related to information, some notes if you want to add, you can add it here. Your to-do's task. Okay. Milestone, just now we have seen how to create a milestone, which is actually not your responsibility, but still, just to understand the process, I'm showing you this. Run and result where you can execute your project. I mean test cases. Currently, there are no test cases. First, we need to understand how we can prepare. So you can go to the next option, test suite and test cases. This is the main one. Here, we can add a suite first. And as per the suite, we can create our test cases. So what is a suite? See here definition. Test suite is a collection of test cases. Correct? So just to organize separate test cases as a group, as a functionality, we are creating this suite. So how we can do that? Guys, very simple step. Just click on this button. It will ask you the suite name. So let me write my suite name. It's the login suite. Okay. And I'm writing. This is very simple description. This is Swag Lab login suite. Okay. Now let me add a suite. Now I'm adding another suite. So let me go back to test suite again. And there is a one suite already there. Let me add a one more. Add a test suite. I'm adding here inventory. Okay. And let me write. This is inventory suite. Okay. So currently in my project, by default, I have added two suite. If I go to the suite, see, I'm getting both suite. But let's start. In login suite, from which point you need to start? Suite is ready, but now we need to add test cases. And this is the main part. You need to understand how we can prepare test cases within this tool, right? So concept is very simple. Either we can add some section. What section means? Like you are doing manually, automation, whatever it is that you can mention. But I will be directly starting with the test case as it is a test case management tool. So click on add a test case and now see the beauty. Here you are getting different templates, guys. Okay. If you observe the login suite, under that suite, you are getting first title. Here we can mention title of the test case. Then you can see this is the text template. In text template, okay, you will be able to see this way. Preconditions you need to write, steps you need to write here, and you need to write expected result. But text is a very basic. If you want to write as per the step expected result, then you can select a template here, which is a step template. So whenever you add a step template, once you add a step, means after precondition, if I just do add a step, I will be able to write description as well as expected result. And this is the best template to follow. Are you getting my point? So first of all, there are two basic templates and even you can see behavior driven template also available. It's like a BDD. As per the scenario, we can prepare our test case. So if I just do add scenario, here I can add my scenario description in the form of BDD and then I can prepare a test case, right? So there are like this is a pattern also available in TestRail. Even some exploratory session where we can define some mission, goal, right? And then we can add a test case. But currently, I'm following step template, which is very, very simple. As per the every step, we can add expected result. So let me test here first. Suppose I'm testing here what? I'm writing a direct functional test case, okay? Anyways, we have completed the process manually. So example, test, or I will just write validate login, okay? Validate login with valid credential. Validate login functionality with valid credential. Okay. And section is no section currently, right? So you can just keep it blank. Test case template is step. Type. Now select what type of test case it is. I'm just doing functional testing. Priority. Yes, absolutely. It is a high priority. What is the status? Currently, I'm designing it, right? If you are doing review, you can then check it to review. Then you can make it ready. So currently, I'm just doing design. Assign to whom? There is no assignee. Currently, I'm selecting my name only. Estimate. What do you think how much time it will take for execution? Suppose I'm selecting 3 seconds, okay, or 5 seconds. Whatever it is, estimate into minute, hour, seconds, right? We can decide the same. References. I'm following my SRS document, correct? So there is no SRS. If you don't get this option, write it manually. Okay, write it manually. Doesn't matter. And guys, are you going to perform automation? So no, currently I'm not doing any automation. So this is just the manual step I'm doing. So first of all, you need to write title. You can define a template. Type, you can decide priority, assignment to whom, and the estimation and the reference. Here we can add a precondition. What is the first precondition? I will say home page of Swagger Lab must be open. Correct now? What is the second precondition? Test data. Test data must be available, right? Done. So my preconditions are completed. See, I'm just filling up that particular, page, nothing else. After that, what is the next step to do? Here it is a main topic where we are going to add certain step for our test case. So what is the first test case or what is the first step? If already we have mentioned that that application homepage must be open, then first step will be enter valid username. Okay. Now here no section for test data. You can add a test data in an Angular bracket. What is a username, expected username, guys? Let's select it from our test case. So here we have mentioned that expected username is what? It is a standard user. So let me select the same and I will be adding here. Okay. So here I'm expecting that username should be displayed. That's it. And let me add a one more step. Second step. What is the second step? Enter valid password. Okay. And for every step, you need to write a separate test data too. What is a password? Let me take, this is a password and I will be adding here. Okay. Then I will write password should be displayed in encrypted format. Very simple. Second step is ready. Let's add third, where we are going to click on login button. And then I'm expecting that user should be able to log in and navigated to inventory page. That's it. And my test case is completed. So all three steps along with the result I have mentioned. See, just now we have seen manually, correct now? Now we are understanding with the tool. That's it. So this is what you need to write in the tool. And finally, once it is ready, just to add a test case, guys. That's it. So your first test case is ready. Later on, if you want to make some changes, you can edit too. But this is my first test case. And see, automatic ID also generated. This is your case ID. C1 means it is a case ID. And here you can see all the update. Clear? Now, if I go back to the again suit, see, I will be able to observe if I click on login suit. Here I'm getting my case ID. Test case number 1, validate login functionality with valid credential. If you want to add a multiple case ID, you can do that. See example, you can write this way also. Add a case ID. Suppose here I'm testing what? Validate inventory, menu options. Okay. I'm adding the second step. So inventory menu options or menu inventory page. Okay. All items. Let me test all items option from menu. Right. Yes. This is my case number 2. So I can add it. Suppose I want to add case number 3. Let's say validate. So I'm adding certain defects too. Right. Validate. Reset app state. Reset app state. Okay. From option from again menu. Correct. And then I will add it. So currently I'm adding 3 test cases. Okay, but fine. Kindly wait. This case we don't need in the login. Na? Let me delete permanently, guys. Because if you focus, this is not a login scenario. This comes under inventory. Absolutely correct now. So I'll do one thing. I'll go back to suit. Let me go back to inventory. And there I'm going to add a test case directly. Okay, so let me add here. So I will write validate. What is that? Yes, all items. Yes, all items. Option from menu. Okay. Now let me create a template, which is a step template. I'm doing functional testing again. Priority again high, suppose. Design status assigned to me. And the estimation again, I'm thinking, okay, it should be quick execution. So now I'm selecting here, suppose 3. And let me select my reference document and let me add a precondition. First precondition, user must be login. User must be login into application. And second, inventory, or you can write here only, user must be application into, user must be login and navigated, okay, to inventory page. This is okay, enough. Even user must be login and navigated to inventory page. This is what I have written as a precondition. Now we don't need any data because it is just click 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 step. So at this moment, I will be following 2 steps. Very first, if inventory page is already open, we need to do click on menu first. When you click on menu, okay, menu slide bar should be open, with options. Which options? Let's write that. We have certain options like, let me write all items. Yes, all items. Okay. Then second option, I think about. Yes. Then logout. And then we have reset app state. Done. And let me add a one more step. So I should get this menu. When I add one more step, see I'm getting second step. Then I'm doing the same action. Click on what? Click on all items. And what we are expecting? All items. Okay. All a product. All a products should be reload into application. Okay, this is what I'm expecting. That's it. And my test case got ready. Okay, now you can see, come back to the suite. In login, I have created only one test case, right? When I come back, in inventory, I have added one test case. But here I will be creating one more. And see, the previous cases I have deleted permanently, right? So I'm getting here case number 4 now. But that's okay. Now let me add one more case here. I will be writing validate reset app, reset app state, reset app state, okay, from menu. And you can add this way also. Then you can click on this, you will get a same template, then you can make a edit. See, and you are getting the template. Select your template. Again, it is a step template. Type is, I'm doing functional testing. Priority, again, it's a high. Some estimation we can write. Reference we can write, okay. Now you can assign to this. Again, I'm assigning to me. And what is a precondition? I'm writing user must be login and menu slide bar. Okay, this time I'm writing menu slide bar should be open from inventory page. That's it. Okay, this is what I'm writing in my precondition. Let's add then one step only. If the menu is already open, then I will do click on reset app state. And we know that this is a defect, right? Click on reset app state option. And what we are expecting, guys? So on clicking, okay, on clicking, application should be refresh and reload to original state. my test case is ready. Correct now? Let me save. That's it. So basically you can see this is how the 3 test cases we have completed. Now if I go for this run, just focus. If I go for this run, what I'm getting? Currently, there is a no runner available. The process of tool is very different, right? We have created a project, we have created certain test cases along with the suit, but now we need to run it. But very first, you need to create your execution runner. So if I just go to run, let me add for run for which suit. Suppose I'm adding for both. Very first login, at a time only one suit, you can create a separate run. Okay, so let me add this run. It is asking me the run. So I'll be writing here login suit run. References is what? As you know, SRS document. Currently we have sprint 1 which is active, assigned to my name, some database, but we don't need it. And let me run. Okay, so this is first runner for login. Okay, and here you can choose. You want every one single test case to add independently or include all. So by default, I'm selecting include all, right? Anyways, I'm having only one test case. So I'm selecting include all and let me create this run. Whenever run is ready, you are able to see this way the status. See, there is only one test case. Absolutely. So whenever we complete that, you'll be able to see this way, right? Currently, this is my run, which is successfully added and no test found. So where we can see the test cases, guys, currently where we can find out the test cases. So now here we need to again come back to the run. One suit or one runner is available. I will add one more run. So let me add a one more run. Here I will select inventory suit. Let me add inventory suit run. Again references SRS. Milestone sprint 1. Let me select sprint 1. Assign to me. And again, I will add a description. This is, okay, tester runner for inventor. Okay, include all test cases. We have written already, select this option to include all test case in this run. If new test case get added the suit, they are also automatically included. So let me create a run first. Okay, my second run is also ready. Now we can do what? Go back. Here inside a login, okay, we have to click on the login and just click on edit. And why it is not showing us entire run, entire test cases. Even we have selected here. The login suit, sprint 1, everything we have added, right? Let me, yeah, before close, I want to run this. So I'll do one thing. I'll go to the suit again, right? And here I will go to this. I'll do one thing. If I just go to run test option, yeah, it is asking me add a test run again. But no, we have already added. Kindly wait. So my runner is ready and I want to start execution for this runner. And here, if you open now, you are able to see that, okay, one of one untested, which is a completely 100%. So I'll do one thing. I'll filter all, assign all in the filter and nobody is assigned. Let me assign here. Still, I'm not getting the result as per the section, but we haven't added anything. Then I'll do what? I'll directly execute my suit. Let me search my suit. Yeah, here it is. See, I will directly go and I will execute it. How we can execute, guys, just have a look. So currently this is my suit. This is my test case we have, right? Whenever you want to run this, what you can do at this moment, at the bottom, okay, you can see there is only test case you are getting. I'll do one thing. I have to come back to run because here we need to run that directly. Let me go to login run. Let me go to the milestone. We have added to the milestone, right? And suppose I'll set that if I go to the again milestone, if I edit the same, currently let me check what we have added in the milestone. I'll do one thing. I'll complete it. Okay. And if I come back to runner now, let me check something we are getting or not. Because here we need to identify that particular test cases. All group and test case, selected group, all groups and test. Still, I'm not able to see that. Selected group. Okay, sprint one. Let me check because we should have that direct execution. Okay, I'll starting, but still, let me start. Still, I can't see. See, there should be not test case result, but I'm not getting that. Let me check why. Assign all in current view. Let me select again. Something we missed to, just a minute. If I go to the suit, can we do execution directly from here? Let me check that. My test case is ready, right? But if I want to do execution, we don't need to add a plan. Okay, not needed. So generally what we can do, because here it should show all the test cases, which is I'm not getting. Let me check. Subscribe to receive email, export run, print run, close run. It's a report rerun. And I will go to the activity, suppose test and result, suppose. Yeah, somewhere here you can see. When I go to the activity now, then I'm getting my test cases, right? So let me run from here. So yes, we got the solution. Go back to run. Then you can go to the current activity and there you can find out. Click on that test case and see here we can add a result. So this option is important. Okay, let's add a result. Now you can see all the steps you are getting here in the result. If I just show this in a little bit broader view, see this. So every tool having a different, the facility. So just observe. So here you need to perform all the steps. Just now we have completed the same. So I can write now actual result here. So when you enter username, we are expecting username should be displayed. So I'm just writing here simple, same as expected, correct? And then I can make this test case as a pass. Okay. One step is pass. Second step, enter password and password should be displayed in an encrypted format, which is same. So let me add same as expected and I'm making it pass. Okay. Then come down. Again, I will click on login and I'm expecting that user should be able to log in. So yes, user is able to log in and navigate it to inventory page. Correct? And then guys, you can make it pass. So currently you can see when I update my all three steps are passed. By default, here you are able to see your status is automatically updated to pass. Got it? Whenever it is passed, your step is completed. You can add this result. See this. First, entire result we have added. Okay, the test case execution is completed. I will go back, return to dashboard. Again, you can see one test case execution is completed. But I will go to where? I will go to that particular project again. Okay, let me go back. So I will go to the run again. Inside the run, see login suit is completed. Let me go to the inventory. In inventory, if you're not getting test here, go to activity and there you can select the step. So see, I have created two steps. Let me add a result. So here we have already seen that when you click on the menu, this menu is working, right? So yes, same as expected. Same as expected. So here the step get passed. But on second step, it is getting failed, right? Link is not working. All item. So I'm writing as it is. All item link or that option is not clickable or it is not working. At this moment, I can make it fail. And as soon as you update fail, automatically status will update for a test case as a fail. Add this result. Okay. Now come back to run again. Let's run second test case. Here again, I will go to the activity. Second test case is what? Reset app state. And then here, click on reset app and we are going to just test that one step. Let me do. So when you click on the reset app, that is also not working. So let me add reset app state, not not working. And here I will again make it fail and add a result. That's it. And you can see now when you go back to run, currently I'm getting the complete status. If you go to this option, see I'm getting the complete status. All two test cases got failed. And here in the, the back, like if you go back for login also, whatever test you return, that is pass. And then what we can do, so currently if you observe my runner is completed, right? Here my runner is completed, we got the result. And then you can complete your milestone and other step too. So you can see it is already completed, right? Even you can go to the sprint one and I can simple, we have started this and see it is already completed. All the tests run. This is a sprint one for test run. It is completed, correct? So currently no need to select anything. Process is completed. So what we can do here, we can go for the last step, which is a report. And let me show you this step. Guys, you can see there are a lot of reports available in the process. So as per the milestone, as per the plan, as per the comparison, test cases, defect, everything you can create. Let me create a complete plan or complete summary report for my project. I'll do for this project, right? So I'll go for the project. Here you can write a project name. Let me write swag lab. Okay. I will be adding description. This is okay. This is report. And you can see what you need to do. They're asking you, what do you want? All the open completed, yes, I want everything. All the open run completed run, yes, I want everything. History, okay. Even if you come down, you can schedule it. So when you want this report, I want only for myself, or let's say I want at a specific day. So like every day or every week, every month, you can select that setup too. Currently notify me to the email, okay, by the email, or I can provide here different user ID email also. So currently I'm writing only me, right? So once the report will be ready, it will directly send to me. Even you want email a report as a PDF and any attachment, you can select that too also. And here you can enter that particular test case, or we can say person email ID. So currently notify by me. Okay, notify me by the email and I will just add a report. And how simple it is. So whenever the summary report will be ready, you will able to observe that. So it might take some time, but yes, this is how the process goes on. This is how you can complete. See, my summary report is ready because so far I have just added 3 test cases. And see guys, I'm getting that. So out of 3, 1 pass and all 2 are get fail. And you can see how beautifully report you are able to observe. See sprint 1, whatever steps you have completed, everything you are able to see here, right? And this is how, see somehow we have deleted now. So that delete feature also you are getting here. And this is how you can simple generate a report in TestRail. So TestRail is very simple tool. There is no automation, no programming, nothing. It is just help you to manage, maintain all the test cases. Everybody clear with the topic? So it is related to manual testing. So I have covered here. Correct. Tomorrow's session will be starting with a defect reporting. So we have defect reporting to be understand like how the report we generate, what is severity, what is priority. And then I will be giving you demo on the Jira tool also. So tomorrow it might take a theory, but in the next session, Jira will be covered and then your manual testing will be over. And then we will completely focus on the automation. Okay, but this is how the process you should know in software or in a manual testing. I hope it is clear to all. So do practice. It's very simple. Let me log out. Yes, fine. So that's all for the day. Bye everyone. Take care. And we will continue rest of the topics again from tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Mm, thank you.